Life Unrehearsed, brought to you by Lianas Senior Transition Support, specialists in downsizing and seniors residences.
And welcome back to Life Unrehearsed. Matt Delvecchio here, specializing in life transitions, downsizing in the senior living industry.
And I'm Corrie Matt, clinical social worker and author of Someone Died, Now What? Matt, have you taken any vacation lately?
Good question. You know, I think probably like many people, vacations have sort of been put on hold, or staycations. And so the short answer is no vacation, I guess, in the past year and a half. But Stephanie and I will be going on vacation as soon as we sign off in about a half an hour here. And we're going to get a little R&R, and we're looking forward to that.
Well deserved, I imagine. I know how hard you work, so well deserved. I'm happy.
How about you?
Well, I did have the pleasure and privilege of going out to visit my daughter and new son-in-law in Chicago. So that was a couple of weeks ago. It was very, very fun to finally meet him in person. I know that sounds very weird, but that's what it was because of COVID. And we had a great time. We had a really, really nice time.
Wonderful. And listening to you saying, you know, it sounds kind of strange, but it's probably strange for many, many family members that are finally reconnecting. Still not out of the woods, but we want to wish all those that are still about to go on vacation to enjoy while you can. All right. I've been looking forward to this segment here, Corrie.
Yeah, it's because you love bread.
That's right.
So, but no, two lovely ladies that we're going to speak to, Randi Deskin and her cousin, Samantha Narcato. I probably pronounced that wrong, as I always do. They were both on maternity leave in the middle of a pandemic. They ended up teaming up and pursued their baking passion by creating Hullaland_MTL. What, in fact, started off as a passion project turned into a baking machine, with clients raving over the quality of their goods. They are consistently sold out. It's unbelievable. We wanted to hear about that inspiring story. So Randi and Sam, welcome to Life Unrehearsed.
Hi, guys. Thank you so much for having us.
Hi. So, first of all, I don't know how to make bread, but a lot of people made bread. But you guys don't just make bread. You make very special bread. So let's go back to, what is your background with respect to the training to even do this?
So I'm actually a professionally trained pastry chef. I studied both in Toronto and in France. I used to have a little shop here in Montreal, and then just started really baking a lot at home again during, the first bout of quarantine and all the COVID stuff. And then kind of refound a love for bread making and perfected my challah recipe. Fast forward, gave birth to my son and was kind of bored. So I made a joke with some neighbors, and I just delivered some challahs one week, and I was like, you should sell them. And then I called up Sam, and I was like, how bored are you? And she's like, I'm pretty bored. I'm like, you want to do something with me? And away we went.
That's just amazing, And Sam, from what I understand, you were also on maternity leave, if I have it correct. And so is this how it all developed? You had a little time, you talked it over, and let's create what is ultimately Hullaland MTL. Is that how it happened?
Yes, exactly. So both my daughter and Randi's son are a month apart. Almost to the day. So I was kind of at home after my daughter was born. I was also kind of at home. She asked me to come help her out a couple times. Then she's like, well, why don't we make this into a thing and grow it and do it together? And we both have the time. We're both home. We had nothing to do. So basically she taught me everything that I know. And I slowly now, at the beginning when I was braiding my first challah, man, it was very slow and not very fast. But now she's taught me everything, and I'm a pro.
So I want to know, it's like a three-pronged question. How, where, and what kind of challahs do you make?
How? So the how is a loaded question. There's many, many things that go into making our challahs. Lots of love, first of all. But we make our dough, and then we divide, we portion, we braid, we roll, and we just keep going and going and going. We decided we wanted to be slightly different. So we came up, currently we have 9 flavors. We have a few savory, and then a few sweet flavors as well, which is traditionally what you'll find in like a bakery is really just savory, mainly being, I guess, a plain, a sesame, and sometimes a raisin challah. But on our end, it was fun to develop some new flavors. Like we have some crazy, what we would call crazy flavors, like a chocolate chip, a birthday cake challah, and most recently we just dropped a garlic and herb challah, which is absolutely outstanding.
Amazing. We're listening to Life on Rehearse. Matt Delvecchio here with Corrie Matt, and we're talking with Randi Deskin and Sam Naccarato about their passion project while on maternity leave, and turned it into a wonderful baking success. And now you go under Halaland _ MTL. And so where is everything being made now?
Everything is being made at Randi's house. We are working, it's a home business, which is really great for us because it allows us to keep our kids at home, and we are able to work through their naps. We have some playtime with them, and then we also get right back to work. So it's really great that it's right out of the house.
It sounds like very convenient, but very busy. How many challahs, for example, do you make a week?
We could make anywhere between 100 to 200 challahs a week. It depends on how many orders, but we definitely get a lot, and so we are very busy.
You know, in just listening to you, Randi and Sam, I think there are so many people that may talk about, you know, we had the pandemic, we had a lot of time on our hands, and people are pursuing or wanted to pursue a little passion project, and they never really get it off the ground. In your case, you guys had the guts to do it, and next thing you know, you were in full baking mode. You're almost factory mode here, and so I'd love to hear about, you know, some of the challenges that you experienced, and what did you do to overcome those challenges?
So I think our biggest challenge was really trying to figure out our flow of the day, in the sense of when on the days that we had 100+ challahs, how were we going to do that? So one of the challenges we faced was I have one oven, right? So we thought, well, how are we going to make this work? I'm very lucky. My father happens to be an electrician. I called him one Saturday and said, Dad, I need a plug in the garage. We're changing it into like a mini bakery. So we got a second oven. We got work tables and shelving to hold all our ingredients. And that was, I would say, our biggest challenge to date. And thank God we overcame it. And now we're able to produce, like Sam said, anywhere between 100 to 200 challahs a week.
Amazing. Dad saves the day.
Absolutely.
Right.
When do they not, right?
So what's the most popular flavors?
The most popular flavors are probably in the savory is sesame, and then I would say in the sweets is probably our cinnamon one. We have a cinnamon topping challah, and it's very delicious and great for French toast the next day. If you ever don't, some people finish it all in one sitting, but whoever doesn't, well, it's great as a nice leftover French toast in the morning.
The moral of the story, finish it.
That's right.
That too, or get two of them.
That's right. Oh, that's true.
Okay, well, talking with Randi Deskin and Sam Naccarato, who started Halaland MTL, you could hear the passion in their voice, and you know, good for you, both you on maternity leave, and said, hey, let's go for this. And this isn't all about business by any stretch of the imagination. You obviously put your love into it, but you also do give back, and you actually have a fundraiser that you're contributing to. So we have to head out to traffic, but we want to hear about the fundraiser that you did with the proceeds of your sales.
Life Unrehearsed, brought to you by Flora-Lee Senior Residences. Always there for you. Safe, reassuring, and comforting. We call it home.
Welcome back to Life Unrehearsed. How great is that song? I hope Randi and Sam, you are laughing. I found that and I just loved it. I think it should be your theme. We are talking, I'm Corrie Matt with my co-host Matt Delvecchio, and we're talking to Randi and Sam, the founders of Halaland _ MTL. They created this fantastic
A
initiative,
passion project, really.
a passion project, exactly. And we're talking about how they did it, how they got started, and even in fact as an inspiring story for entrepreneurs who are looking for creative ideas. Here's two people that's on maternity leave that started something, and it's taken off so well and so well deserved. So speaking of which, it's done well. I made a joke even in our teasers about the fact that you're raking in the dough. You are making a profit, and that is incredible. But you took some of the funds and you offered or you donated to a very special project. Can you tell us about that?
Yes, absolutely. So as you both know, my husband and I, our firstborn son died tragically at 10 days old. From the right away when he passed away, we decided we wanted to give back to the Children's Hospital. Last year, we had a big gala in his honor on his first birthday, and we decided that every year subsequently we wanted to do something. It didn't have to be a gala, but just something to kind of keep raising money and, keep Spencer's memory alive. So this year, Sam and I came up with a way to do that together, and it was rather interesting because Sam also shares a birthday with Spencer. So we said originally we were going to do a special Spencer Challah on March 12th, their birthdays, and all the proceeds were going to go to his endowment fund at the hospital. And then the more we were thinking about it, and got so many orders for March 12th, we decided to run the Spencer Challah the entire month of March. And through that month, we were baking then, I think it was Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. We were able to raise over $5,000 to give back to the hospital just through, our little challah business.
Wow. Unbelievable. Good for you guys. Very impressive and very heartwarming too. It's interesting that baking and trying to do something and you're actually really taking off, and $5,000 donated in honor of Spencer. Very special. And I would imagine you both personally, maybe even now, are dealing with a little bit of, this is quite successful, maybe even faster than we expected. You were on maternity leave. You're dealing with family. And how do you deal with the work-life balance now?
We have a lot of support from from both our husbands who help us out a lot. I know Randi's husband really helps us with our city pickups on Fridays. At the Orange Julep, we have a pickup from between 1 and 2, and he goes every week for us. My husband helps us by taking care of my kids. I have 3 of them, so it's a busy family and it's a lot, but we really make it work. Our support system around us is there to help us out so that we can, as we're growing, we have the support and help that we need in order to keep getting bigger.
And we can't forget Sam's mother-in-law, my aunt, and my mom, the bubbies. They sit in the living room. They play with the kids, and they really make sure that they're, a little out of our hair for the hours that we are baking on those days. They, too, are part of the backbone of our business.
Well, so sounds to me like it's a win-win-win situation, because I'm sure that's not a hardship for them to do, knowing some of the players here that are involved. That's right, which is great. So no matter what, it's a risk. You jumped into this endeavor, and it's wonderful that it's going so well. So I want to hear what advice you might give somebody else who's considering starting their own passion project.
I would say start small, take it day by day, step by step. But if you love it and your heart is really in it, jump 2 feet in.
Thus passion project, because it really is, and
that's right.
As I just mentioned before, good on you, because I think so many people talk about it, but you had the guts to do it, and you went for it, in the deep end real quick. It's dear to my heart. It's something I've done in my life, and still doing it today. I'm also interested, I'm going to wear my entrepreneur hat here, and how you've marketed. Has this been mostly word of mouth? I see you on Facebook all over the place. How are you doing your marketing?
The way we are marketing everything is through our social media platforms on Instagram and on Facebook. So that's how you can place an order. And we also have a great friend and neighbor who helps us out all the time to manage all of our social media, to make sure that we're at the top of our game and everything is flowing. We also have a website coming soon that we are currently developing, where you'll be able to place an order directly, and you can also send us an email at hullaland@gmail.com for any inquiries or orders that anybody would like to make.
You're listening to Life on Rehearse. That's Randi and Sam, the founders of Hullaland_MTL. They're talking about their passion project, this incredible, multifaceted Hulla initiative, business. You also do more than Hulla.
Yes, we just launched our entire dessert line. Actually, we're doing a wide variety of cookies, brownies, blondies. We do custom cakes as well as these really cute, what we like to call lunchbox cakes. They come in those clamshell burger boxes. So you could write a cute saying on it. So if there's a bachelorette, you could write Team Bride, Bridesmaid, Maid of Honor, or just something fun, happy birthday. Just cute little messages. And they're one of cakes. They're for one person. It's just something fun to do to add to the repertoire of the menu.
I love it. Just start with the bread and finish with the dessert and forget the middle part, just go for it. Well, Randi and Sam, it's so inspiring to hear from you. We want to wish you the best of luck. How can, again, listeners purchase some of your delicious baked goods?
So to purchase any of the items on our menu is you can send us a message on either Instagram or Facebook. You can also send us an email at hullaland@gmail.com, and we will answer all your questions, and we will get back to you within 24 hours, and that's how you place an order, and we give you all the information on our social media platform.
As well, we just launched our Jewish holiday menu for Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. It was a big blitz, so we can't wait for people to check that out, like Sam said, on our Instagram or Facebook page.
Well, wonderful. And we wish you the best of luck. Thank you very much, Randi and Sam.
Thank you guys so much for having us.
Thank you so much for everything.
Thank you. It's Randi and Sam, founders of Hullaland_MTL. Check them out on Facebook and Instagram. Corrie, what do we have coming next week?
Learn how children and adults are effectively dealing with ADHD and why retirees are actually struggling with their newfound freedom.
Yeah, it's a hot topic. You think you could retire, life is good, and many happen to be struggling with that. So we'll be addressing ADHD and some retiree challenges next week. Thanks for tuning in to Life Unrehearsed. And as a reminder, for all your inquiries or assistance with retirement homes, seniors residences, or downsizing, it'd be my pleasure to help. Our services are completely free. Call me at Lianas Senior Transition Support, 514-622-8074 or lianasservices.com. Many thanks to our technical producer, Jimmy G, working the board. You can listen to Life Unrehearsed here on CJD 800 every Saturday at 3 p.m.
Life Unrehearsed, brought to you by Fleur-Lee Senior Residences. Always there for you. Safe, reassuring, and comforting. We call it home.